This video is going to be a bit of a continuation of our updated user guide for the Predator X on NinjaTrader. Today, we're going to focus on position size. So how we can customize the Predator to get the correct position size on every single trade. And this goes whether you're trading fully auto or you're taking more of a manual approach. When it comes to the Predator, you can customize the position size for each separate target, or you can even have the Predator automatically calculate the best position size for your specific trade based on a defined risk per trade. And for those of you new here, the Predator is an order entry and management system for NinjaTrader. It lets users create their own fully and/or semi-automated trading strategies with just a few clicks. It comes with a bunch of built-in customizable options, and you can even automate many of your favorite third-party indicators as well. Now, depending on when this video comes out, we are updating how we distribute our free license. We do offer a free trial. There's no credit card signups required or anything. Just join us on Discord and you'll find all the info. And we also have a full user guide over on our website, TradeSaber.com. But with that, let's get right into it. All right, the first thing I want to talk about are just the basics when it comes to order entries with the Predator. Now, when you're using the Predator X, any trade entered by it is going to execute whatever you define inside the order management. So that means whether you're trading manually, so if we just click a button, it's going to execute whatever we define here. Or if you're running a full auto trading bot, again, it's going to be using this exact same management. So make sure that whatever you define in here is okay to be applied to all of your entries within the Predator. Now, the next basic point I want to talk about is just when it comes to defining this order management. You can easily customize your orders directly through the order management section within the ChartTrader panel, or all of these settings are also going to be the exact same settings if you were to go into your properties and we scroll down to the O4 order management section. So as an example, you're going to have your order quantity here and your profit targets here. So anything you change here is going to go to the ChartTrader panel. Anything you change within the ChartTrader panel is also going to update your properties. They're the same thing. It's just up to you where you want to define them. So to start things off, I'm just going to go directly into the panel because we're just using custom quantity for the first example. It's going to make it a little bit easier directly from the panel. But again, guys, you can customize this directly within the properties if that's what you want to do. All right, now that we got the basics out of the way, let's go over our custom quantity. And this one, guys, is pretty straightforward. It's just a defined set value for each specific profit target. So for an example, each profit target that we select is going to have a specific quantity for that specific profit target. So quantity 1 is for target 1, quantity 2 for target 2, quantity 3 for target 3. And obviously, if we select 4, that's for 4. But we'll leave that unselected for now. Let's just do 3 targets to keep things simple. So once we have that specific profit target enabled and we have our quantity selected, like I said, any trade entered by the Predator is going to have that specific quantity. So here we have target number 1 with a position size of 1. Here we have target number 2 with a position size of 2. Target number 3 with a position size of 3. Now you can change these to whatever quantity you want. So let's say 4, 6, and let's do 1 for 3. And again, any trade entered by the Predator is going to have that defined position size. And just a quick note, guys, I know some of you are a bit newer to NinjaTrader. When it comes to NinjaTrader, every profit target is considered a separate order. That means that we have to define the quantity for that specific target completely separate from any other target. So I think that's pretty straightforward. It's just a basic set value for each profit target. But now, what if you want to let the Predator automatically calculate your position size based on a defined risk per trade? So let me show you how that looks and how to set it up. All right, so now let's switch this over to an auto position size. Now, when it comes to the auto position size, this is mainly helpful for those who are trading in a way where your stop is going to get set at a different level on every single trade. So as an example, if you're using an ATR based stop, it's going to adjust depending on the market volatility. If the bar sizes are bigger, your stop is going to get set farther away. If the average bar size is smaller, your stop is going to get tighter. Or same thing if you're using a high-low stop, where it's going to set your stop at the low of the candle if you're going long, or the high of the candle if you're going short. And the size of the candles can vary on, again, every single trade. So with the auto position size, it's going to allow you to maintain a consistent risk to reward on every single trade. Now, the way the auto position size works is it's going to take the distance between your initial entry and your stop loss. It's going to apply a formula based on your risk per trade. This is how much you're willing to risk on every single trade. It's going to try and get the best position size. So in the case that if you do get stopped out, you will only lose around this number. Now guys, when it comes to auto position size, especially with futures, because of tick size, tick distance, and value, it's not going to be absolutely perfect. This auto position size does tend to work a lot better if you're trading, let's say, stocks as opposed to futures, but it should be very close either way. And let me show you an example of what I mean. So here I'm just using a manual entry as an example. So here I have my entry line. It's going to be set at the high of the previous candle. And here we have our stop line. This is where our stop order is going to get set. Now, if we look at the order quantity, this is the total position size that it's going to enter with. If we look at the target, that is how much is going to get assigned to each specific target. If we were to add a second target, it's going to start splitting them up. And I'll come back to how it splits them up in just a minute. But first, I want to focus on the actual calculation and how it works. So you have your total quantity, you have the quantity for each specific target, and you have your total risk. This is how much you stand to lose if you were to enter this trade and get stopped out. So obviously 165 is a little bit higher than 150. There is room for a little bit of a tolerance. Again, it's trying to get the best position size so you get as close to that number as possible. But we can see as we start moving our stop line away, our position size is going to decrease. And we can see also our total risk per trade is going to adjust. As soon as we go a little bit over that threshold, so 165, it's going to take away a contract and it's going to continuously adjust to maintain that risk per trade. So as we move away, it's only going to enter now with 3. Let's activate this trade and see how it works. So now let me speed this up. I'm going to move these away just to see if we get stopped out. And we can see here we finally got stopped out and it was under $150. Again, guys, it all depends on the actual fill of your stop order and with your entry order when using a manual entry. So sometimes you're going to lose a little bit more than your risk per trade. Sometimes, like we saw here, you might lose a little bit less. It's just important to remember that the auto position size is not a kill switch. We actually have other functions if that's what you want, but the auto position size is just used to get that optimal position size for each specific trade. Again, depending on that specific trade and the actual fill of that trade, your final P&L for that trade could vary a little bit in either direction. And just one more thing I want to talk about before we move on to the next section, and that is a safety feature that comes with the Predator. Now, let's say I'm risking a little too much here. We're risking 250 per trade. As you can see, our total risk per trade is still at 165. We're kind of stuck at a maximum of 10 contracts here. We have to really move far away in order for it to adjust again. So I know many of us are trading using prop firms where we may have some limits on how many contracts we can trade. So the Predator does come with a safety feature that handles exactly this. But if you need to adjust it, simply go down to your order management section, select the auto quantity from the dropdown, and under max position size, just set this to whatever number you're comfortable with. This just means that any number selected by the auto position size is not going to go past this number. This is the max total position size that you can enter. So let me just change that to 50. This doesn't mean it's going to enter with 50 contracts, This just means the max position size the auto quantity can calculate to is going to be 50. So let's go back into our chart and let's try this again. And now you can see our total position size is 16 and we are going to stay around that 250 per trade. But now one request I kept getting quite a bit when it comes to the auto position size is the ability to calculate your position size not only based on a set risk per trade, but the ability to set it based on a percentage of your total account. So that means as your account keeps increasing, your position size will keep adjusting with it. And in the case that your account is going down, your position size will adjust accordingly as well. So with version 3 or higher, we've added this new feature that you can find up here on your panel. If you click on that $sign, it's going to change to a percentage. And what this means is it's just going to use a percentage of your total account. So for this example, I'm just using playback. I have a net liquidation of $100,000. So here we have 1% of that, which is $1,000. So let's look at our lines here. So here we hit our total risk of 875 and our max quantity of that 50 that we said earlier. So let's just move it a little farther away. And you can see once we move it past that max quantity, it's going to keep our total risk per trade near $1,000. But now let's switch this to 0.5. And now it's going to use 0.5% of our total net liquidation. So that is $500. So your total risk will stay around that $500 per trade. So I'm going to set it around there, enter with 30 contracts. But before we push play, I do want to talk about the last feature here, and that is the actual quantity that each target is going to get assigned. So unlike the custom quantity, where you have a set value for each specific target, when it comes to the auto position size, you're going to allocate a percentage of the total position size. So let me show you how this works. We're going to start off with just one profit target. When it comes to just one profit target, it's obviously going to get the total position size because there's nothing to split it with. Let's add a second profit target. When you add 2 or more, you're going to start revealing these allocate options up here. And this is just the percentage you want to allocate to each specific target. So allocate 1 with a value of 50. That means 50% of the total position size is going to go to target number 1. So in this case, our total position size is 30. So 50% of 30 is going to go to target number 1. You're not going to see anything for the remaining targets because the remaining targets are going to get the remainder of the total position size. So we're just allocating a percentage to the first target. The remaining targets get anything that is left over. So here with the 2 targets, if we were to enter, like you can see, we split each target into 15 each. But now let's add a third profit target here. So here we can see 50% of our total position size, that is 14 of 28 in this example, is going to go to target number 1. 25% is going to go to target number 2, that is 7. Whatever's left over is going to go to our third and final profit target. And of course, guys, you can adjust these as well if you want. So if you want to allocate less to a certain target, you can do that as well. So let's do 40, 30, and 30, I guess, would be the remainder. Whatever you want, you can split the percentages exactly how you want them. And I'm just going to show the risk to reward here because that is a popular one to combine with the auto quantity. But again, I'm going to play it here.
Order submitted.
So here we entered the trade and we are risking that $500 or 0.5 of our total net liquidation. So let me speed this up and wait for that stop out. All right, so here we got stopped out, and this is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier, where it really depends on the actual final fill of your total loss. So here we had our stop set a little bit higher than this, but the actual fill for that stop order was a little bit lower. We did end up losing a little bit more than that 500. But again, guys, this is not a kill switch. This is just a way to get an optimal position size based on your initial entry and your initial stop. All right, so I think that just about covers everything when it comes to the auto position size. Actually, I wanna go over one last little thing for the 3 of you that are still watching this video. So just one thing that comes up quite a bit. In previous versions, each target selected needed a position size of at least one for each single target. But in this version, as you can see, if we move farther and farther away to the point where that target is no longer necessary, we are going to automatically start adjusting those targets. So here, even though we have 3 targets selected, we enter the trade, but it's only going to submit the 2 targets. Now, this will remain true for all of your targets, but the only exception is once you get to 1 target only. If you're down to a position size of 1, it doesn't matter how far you set this stop, your total risk will go beyond that $500. And that is because in order to enter a trade, you need a position size of at least 1. So yes, it's going to adjust your position size, it's going to adjust your targets, but when you get to that final position size of 1, it is going to remain regardless of how far your stop is. So it's just something to keep in mind. This shouldn't affect a grand majority of users with auto position size, but it is just something to be aware of. But if you do want to set a limit to how far your stop can be set, that can easily be done within the properties. And we're going to scroll down to our stop loss location. And here we can set a minimum and maximum stop distance in ticks. So let's say, I don't know, I don't want to go over 500 ticks. So let's see what that looks like. And now we're going to use the same auto position size. And you're going to see that once we hit that 500 ticks, it's not going to let us take our position size farther away from this point. So that is just a way to limit your risk even more in the case you're using only a position size of 1 and you want to ensure that it's not ever going to get set farther away. But I think now that just about covers everything when it comes to the auto position size. I hope you guys found this video useful. As always, take care, enjoy.